What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now, as you see with the title, I'm not only going to be going over Dragon Ball Z what-ifs, I'm also going to be delving into Marvel and many other things. This is just something I wanted to go over for a long time. The big what-if today will be covering the events of Spider-Man Miles Morales. So spoilers ahead if you haven't played that game, and if you have, then you won't miss anything. Now, honestly, this is the biggest question when I would be playing the game, as I would be wondering of why the hell Miles wouldn't tell Phin. Now, obviously, it got down worse when he did, because literally she bodied him, and yeah. So, once Miles told her that he was Spider-Man and kind of revealed himself, he kind of got fudged up. Sorry, I know I can't curse on YouTube. When Phin would sacrifice herself, I would just be asking myself, why didn't he just be honest with her at the coffee shop? So, I delved back into a little bit of the game to see how this could affect the story, and I have a pretty reasonable story. And if not reasonable, then at least a enjoyable story. So, sit back, relax, and let's go over the topic of what if Miles was honest with Phin. In the coffee shop, when Phin would ask him his real reason, Miles would think back on what Genki would say and would tell her to come outside. On the roof of the building, Phin would call out to Miles, but then he would swing in, showing off his true identity. Phin would be surprised and would tell him to put his mask back on. She would then explain that the underground members could be watching them. She would then start to pace and would say, "I was and wasn't expecting this." Miles would then apologize for the bridge incident and would ask Phin if he could help take down Simon. Phin would be extremely conflicted, but she would be glad that Miles didn't keep this from her. There are two choices Phin can make. She can choose to either help Miles and not kill Simon, or she can tell Miles to not stop her. Since Miles was honest with her, and he would apologize for the bridge, Phin would form an alliance with Spider-Man. Miles would tell Phin that if they work together, they can send Krieger behind bars before anything bad happens. Phin would tell Miles to lay low and that they'll talk soon. Now that Miles has exposed himself, he wouldn't go inside the Underground's Fist Tower base. This also means that the other underground locations wouldn't be as secured. With some time to think, Phin would reconsider the idea of the Tinkerer and would consider her alliance with the Underground. If she were to have Miles helping her, maybe she wouldn't have to ally herself with criminals. Miles exposing himself would have Phin think clearly about her plan, and then to make a new one. Miles during this time wouldn't be going to the underground bases, mainly because he didn't get their locations from the tower. Miles would be going around stopping crimes and going to Roxxon bases to stop them. Soon enough, Phin would text Miles to meet up at his place so they could talk. After patrolling, Miles would head over to his house when no one would be there, and he would confront Phin. Phin would then say that now she understands that they can stop Simon together and that she has an idea to do that. She would continue to use the underground to stop Roxxon, but would offer some of her programmable matter tech for Miles. Miles would be surprised and would say that with this, they can stop Krieger the right way. Miles and Phin would then go on to create new Spider-Man gear. They would create the programmable matter suit, and this suit would only be used for emergencies, just like Tom Holland's Spider-Man used the Iron Spider suit. Miles would soon enough tell Genki about this, with Genki feeling glad that Miles was honest and that now he has a fancy new suit. Soon enough, they would get to the location to the main facility. Krieger would be annoyed by this and would create a new armor for Prowler and Rhino. The fight would proceed to where instead of Miles facing off against his friend, he would be going against his uncle. During their fight, Miles would try to convince Aaron to testify in court, but Prowler would say that he's out of options and only wants his family back. They would continue to argue, but thanks to Miles' new suit, he would stop his uncle and join to fight with Phin. With the power of his new suit, they would be able to stop Rhino. In the end, they would leak the reports and Krieger would be sent to jail. Right where that heartless bastard deserves to be. Phin would then depart from the underground and take away her tech from them with the help of her friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. With this, she would give up her alter ego as the Tinkerer and would help improve Miles' tech. She would kinda be like a Genki 2.0. When Peter would return, he would be surprised to hear about Miles' work and that he has 2 new suits. Maybe one day he would make his own Spider-Tech suit. With that ending, that would be the end of this What If. I honestly think that if Miles just talked to Phin, things would have turned out much better, and she wouldn't have to sacrifice herself. But obviously they wouldn't do that because that would make the story anticlimactic. Let me know how you guys viewed this story and how you think this could prosper into Spider-Man 2. Leave a comment below and also a like, so then that can let me know that you guys want more of this type of content. With that all said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, later.
When the world end, I'ma be with you. It doesn't matter if you hot or if you cool. Nah, niggas want you dead, it's unconnected.